Truth be told, the Legend of Zelda series is probably my most favorite series in all of video games. So obviously making my top 10 favorite Zelda games is not an easy list. But if someone put a gun to my face and forced me to make a list, this is basically what it would be. Now let me define this list. This list is any Zelda game that came out and the only ones I've played. So let's get started on the top 10 Zelda games of all time. Number 10. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask will always be known as inferior to the other N64 Zelda game, Ocarina of Time. Now, does that make it a bad game? No. It's hard to top Ocarina of Time, but Shigeru Miyamoto did the best he could, and here is Majora's Mask. It takes place in a whole new land. You're timed with 3 days, only 4 dungeons. Doesn't seem too great, but once you get into the unique world with cool characters, awesome mask stuff, and really fun dungeons, you notice that this game is nothing short than an awesome Zelda game. Number 9. The Legend of Zelda Four Swords Adventure is an extremely fun game, and it's the second in the Four Swords games. It's very fun to play by yourself, but even better when played with a friend, through the 8 worlds and the 3 levels contained in each world. Trust me, this game is very addicting, especially when playing with a friend. Number 8. I found Spear Tracks a little bit better than Phantom Hourglass. Why? Though the train parts are a little bit worse than the boat parts, and though there are less dungeons, I found the dungeons a little better, I found the new items fun, and I found the story even a little better. Plus, in the tower, you don't have to repeat all the areas. Overall, I found this game really fun and surprisingly addicting to beat the game. Once you beat the game, I found there was actually a little less to do than Phantom Hourglass, but I still found it quite fun to get it all. Number 7. I never really played Zelda 2 that much, but I still found its gameplay quite fun and quite addicting, though I did find the game quite hard. But that was part of the challenge, to go back and try again and again, because the game is partly forgiving, allowing you to go back in the dungeon, and I found it that after a while I could get better at the game, making this game quite fun once you beat it. Trust me, though this game looks a lot different from the first game, it has almost as much good quality as the first. Number 6. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess has always been one of the favorite fan games. It was originally released for the GameCube, but soon was released for the Wii when the Wii came out. This game brings back what people loved in Ocarina of Time and almost feels like a remake, but with completely new dungeons, new worlds, new story, and everything. All the dungeons somehow have the same aspects as Ocarina of Time, and that is a good thing. It made me feel great using all the new items, meeting all the characters, and going probably the biggest world in any Wii game available yet. Number 5. When Wind Waker came out, people didn't know what to expect from this game. Its cartoonish graphics sure made people think that this would probably be the worst Zelda game yet, but in my opinion, it is one of my most favorite. It was the first Zelda game I ever got for the GameCube, and it was probably one of the first Zelda games I ever played. I found it really fun and addicting. Even the boat parts were sort of boring. The dungeons were really unique, the character designs were awesome, and I thought the graphics were amazing for its time. Overall, I think this game seriously is not a bad game. If you hear from people that this game is bad just because it's graphics or it's just worse than the Zelda series, do not believe them. Or at least in my opinion, do not. Number 4. How could this game be not on this list? And how could this game be not at least in the top 5? The first Zelda game was really an amazing game and really helped start all the other Zelda games to be great. It had awesome dungeons, a big huge overworld, and a lot of secrets. Many people consider this game really fun because they used to talk with their friends how to beat the dungeons and how to get those secret items, making this game extremely addicting and a must-have on the Virtual Console. Number 3. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time has always been known as an obvious classic in the Zelda series, and even in the video game series itself. Many people consider it the top game of all time. In my opinion, it's my top third Zelda game. There are 2 other Zelda games that do a little better than this game. Those games really top notch. This game has amazing graphics for this time, awesome dungeons, cool items, a good story, and an ending that you'll never forget. Number 2. Now before you guys all start getting really pissed off, just remember that this is my list, and in my opinion, The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap is my second favorite Zelda game of all time. I really wasn't expecting much from this game, being that it was a Game Boy game, but I got more than I was expected. An awesome world to explore, cool dungeons, and probably, surprisingly, my most favorite dungeon in a Zelda game of all time, the Palace of Winds. This game is extremely fun and extremely addicting, and how much there was to do after you beat the game. Sure, there was no Ganon, but that does not automatically make the game bad. There was only one game I could think of in the Zelda series that really topped this game. And here is number 1. That's right, The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. This is the first Zelda game I ever played on my Super Nintendo, and trust me, it was fun. It's what started getting me addicted to the Zelda series, and I owe so much to this game for making my life so much better, knowing about the Zelda series. It has the most dungeons I've ever seen in a Zelda game, also helped me make it addicting. It has probably some of the best items, and it really transitioned well from the NES to the SNES. Sadly, I have not beaten this game yet, but I'm starting to get close, and I decided to try my hardest to beat this game. So far I'm close, but not there yet. So overall, this is the top Zelda game of all time, in my opinion. It is fun, it is addicting, and it's the first Zelda game I ever played. Thanks for watching, and see you all next time. This is the Super Reviewer Guy, signing out.